Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome. This is my Let's Play of Thomas is Alone. Thomas was alone? Thomas is Alone. One of those. Very interesting game. It's a puzzle game. I do not know who it was developed by, but I will get it to you in the next, segment, or I'll just put it down in the description below. It's kind of an indie-esque title, and the lore to the game, at least, I'm not gonna try and spoil anything, is a bunch of AIs went rogue, I guess. Rogue, not rogue, but, and they develop personalities, and they gotta solve puzzles. Really interesting, one of my favorite games. It was actually gifted to me by a man on Twitch. I will link him in the description below. And I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do, so let's just jump right into it. I'm not going to have time to read that, by the way. It goes by so fast.
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
So the controls of this game are W, S, A, and D. I don't know if that's too loud, so I'm just going to turn the music down to 50. Alright. Sorry about that. And one second, I'm gonna get cut off right here. Oh, I guess I'm not. To progress to the next level, all you have to do is get your box into the corresponding, white little box, with space, W-S-A-N-D. Pretty simple game.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity.
And what I really like about this
1.
game...
The whole alone thing.
Just got cut off.
2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
Anyways, what I like about this game is I really like this narrator's work. He's a pretty cool dude. I will link his Internet Movie Database in the description below.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump.
And the platforming in this game is very tight. It's really good. I enjoy it. I don't like many platformers.
But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
And I'm trying not to talk over the narrator's speaking, because he is pretty cool.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
So right now in the game, they just entered...
Something to suspect. It might even be doing so on purpose. Paranoia.
I just got cut off by the narrator. That was amazing. They introduced 2 aspects of the game right now, which is pretty good because there's only one way to go, and you obviously don't want to touch the water because, you know, it's unfamiliar. You don't want to touch it. But the falling blocks, which signify they're going to fall, that's what it shows, and then they fall into the water. Falling's bad, so, you know, it means water's bad. It's pretty intelligent design. I really enjoy it.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important.
Up and to the right. Let us go on to the next stage.
It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious.
So, the game is pretty simple right now, but I think the next level is when they start introducing the new characters, and that's when it starts to get complicated and enjoyable. It's enjoyable now. I'm liking it, so... Not this level. Next one.
Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it.
Another aspect of
He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
Another thing another interesting level design is the only black box that you're able to jump on is this way. So it forces you to go right through the saving checkpoint, and it shows you exactly what it does. It forces you to learn. I'm a god, just fell through. Again, spacebar is a hard concept to grasp, apparently. At least for me. Relatively easy so far.
The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
This is a little bit more of a parkour-esque level. This game, parkour, platforming. It's not too heavy in it. It gets more puzzly later on, but it's trying to get you used to the controls, the character. That's all I have to say about this level. Pretty fun. I've missed that jump quite a few times.
Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
Another aspect of this...
He was evolving.
I keep getting cut off by that.
He just wished he had someone to share it with.
I keep thinking he's done, and he keeps cutting me off, and it's really disappointing. I really like the shadows in this game. It's kind of a forewarning of what's happening in the foreground that you can't see off-screen, and it just kind of adds to the art style. It's not too complicated art style, but it's... I don't know, I like it. It's pretty cool. I don't know what the significance of the moving blocks in this level are, but maybe to just show you that blocks can move. Pretty alright. And here's where we meet our first character, I think. Besides Thomas, at least.
Chris took an immediate and
I'm gonna turn that down. It is going to get very loud.
deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was?
Yep, it's even louder than the other music. I can hardly hear myself. So here is the interesting aspect of the game. So where it starts to get fun is when you get other characters, see? This one is quite smaller, so he can fit through smaller things, and this one is a lot bigger, so he can jump higher, but he can't fit through those smaller things. Let's go on to the next level.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times.
So see, now I can't get to this.
Actually, not technically graceful, it's probably the wrong word, but, you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Now I can't get to top of this, so I have to switch over to, Thomas and climb up there. Falling. I'm the best at, parkour, by the way, if you haven't learned already. That is still too loud. This is a very loud game. Should probably turn it down. This is the last time. So then, as the Thomas, you get to come over and help Chris get over. All Chris has to do for the rest of the level is fall down, so there you go. It's kind of an interesting game design. They keep adding more blocks, and the puzzles get more challenging as it goes on. and you get to watch me struggle with the puzzles, so that should be quite interesting. I think it is. I really enjoy the game, so...
Okay. This was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him?
So now it adds the switch to the game. Pretty cool. Pretty, let's see what it does, at least. See, you can't get up there, so you're gonna have to juggle these two characters, Chris and Thomas. And Thomas can jump over everything.
Grace. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
But, I like this game because it's another kind of funny puzzle game. They added personality to it, such as games like Portal.
Was this good?
Portal.
Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure.
But,
Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him.
I can only...
Sure, he'd been able to
I'm getting cut off
his way to
so many
ever
times.
so slightly
It's making me angry.
but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point.
But, yeah, I haven't played as many puzzle games as, probably a few of my viewers have. I've played Portal, this... I honestly can't name them off the top of my head. I've played them in the past, like Mario, March of the Minis and stuff like that. Not my forte, but I like the ones that they add the personality to. It's just really enjoyable. So now you have to get both of them over. A little bit of platforming right here. The platforming in this game, at least from what I have experienced, isn't all too bad. It's more of a puzzle-oriented game.
Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness.
What a god. I am so cool.
That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot.
So
the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels.
The kind of the aspect of switching in between the two and figuring out puzzles, figuring out what each individual character can do and what they cannot do. And I just died. I'm a pro. But that's what we have the save points for. Chris gets the easy job. He just has to jump over a few puddles right here.
John knew. He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
Alright guys, so this is where another character is introduced, John, and I think this is the end of my Let's Play for episode 1. That's about it. I will link episode 2 in this video when it is uploaded, and thanks for tuning in.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other